Greetings YouTube, RonanFrog87 here, and today I'm going to bring you an updated version of my Volcanics hand deck and a little, I guess a little tournament report the tournament report on the little local tourney I attended at my locals this past Saturday. And if you're wondering why there's a little picture of Bulbasaur here, it's because Bulbasaur is my all-time favorite Pokemon. You know, Generation 1, all day, every day, right guys? Without further ado, let's get into my deck profile real quick. Alright, so we got the 1 Blaster, the 3 Volcanic Rockets, the 3 Fire Hand, the 3 Ice Hand, the 3 Card D, the 2 Maxi, and the 3 Volcanic Scatter Shot. Now I remember in the last video I took these out in favor of the Fire Ferrets, but I decided to put it back in because 2 weeks ago I also went to the same locals and I wasn't able to top on that one. And that was due to the fact because the Fire Ferrets weren't that really good, especially, you know, it'll lose the hands also, and it was like just overkill. So I decided to take them out, and what I felt was lacking when I was playing was the Scatter Shot, because sometimes these do get you out of a pinch. Even if I do have 2 in my hand and there's 1 in my deck, I can still get the effect off. And if they're like, and if they're dead, I'll just have a Blaze Accelerator, and I can still use a Blaze Accelerator to destroy monsters. So I decided to put them back in. Okay, and then we have the 3 Volcanic Shell, the 1 Dark Pole, the 1 Foolish Burial, the 1 Blaze Accelerator, the 3 MST, the 3 Pot of Duality, the Solemn Warning, Bottomless, Torrential, Compulse, 2 Mirror Force, 2 Finish Chain, and 3 Raigeki Break. I decided to take out the Divine Wraths because, again, that was also overkill. Sometimes I wouldn't have anything to discard, which was hard to believe because, you know, sometimes I wouldn't have, you know, a rocket to get back a Blaze Accelerator, or sometimes I would use up the shells for other things. And, you know, it became too discard heavy, and so I just decided to stick with 3 Raigeki Breaks, and the 2 Finish Chains were better, as I felt. And for Extra Deck, guys, all you need to know is the only things I summoned from Extra Deck, because I hardly do that, were these 3 guys. Number 101 for, like, you know, all the big monsters I couldn't get over, Cowboy for game, and number 50 to deal with the Fire and Ice Hands, and, you know, other little things that, you know, that you just don't want to kill by battle. Now, there was a 5-round tournament, guys, with around 30 players. Round 1, I played against a Gearja deck, and I lost. He beat me the first game because he was able to get Gearja gear off faster than I could do to counter it. Game 2, I was able to beat him because of I just with Accelerator and Shell. You know, he had the Gearja armor face down, and so I go, okay, Accelerator, pop it, pay 500, get another one back to my hand. So I basically essentially popped all his face downs for free, and so that was able to help me go in game 2. Game 3, he just he went set. Oh, he went. What's that one? I always forget their names, but it's their Lone Fire, the one you go pop. You know, it's one the Geargiano that you just pop and you special summon one special summon a Geargia, and you know, you put Accelerator first down. Yeah, he was able to do that and then set 5, and I was like, well, fuck me, what am I gonna do? So I just, you know, I tried to get over it, but I just couldn't. Then he went Geargia gear, and it was all over for that. I just couldn't do anything about it. Game 2, I actually tied with an Evil Tile deck. Yeah, guys, it was just one of the weirdest decks one of the weirdest duels I've ever had. You know, Evil Tiles are a thing. If you didn't know, I think one of them, an Evil Tile deck, actually came in first place at, I believe, the Toronto Regionals this past weekend. I'm not sure, but well, anyway, so I was playing against Evil Tile. Game 1, I won game 1. Game 2, he won. He was able to outlast me in life points. And, you know, we were just grinding, and he was just able to get the upper hand. I couldn't do anything. And in game 3, it was just horrendous, guys. I had 2 Ice Hand, 3 Fire Hand, opening hand, and I forget what spell I had, but it was just horrendous. I was like, wow, did I didn't shuffle my deck right, or what? Did he stack me or something? I mean, it was just terrible, just fucking terrible. I thought, man, I fucking lost. And so I went first. I think I said Fire Hand, and what did he do? I think he attacked into it, but he didn't kill it. And then in game 3 we went to the time, and all I remember is I had the Ice Hand out. You know, I attack, he's at 66, he goes go, he tributes off one of his Evil Tile monsters, special summons, then he goes attacks me for 14, and then I think So since we were in time, I think I had to finish chain the other guy so he wouldn't attack, so he wouldn't get his effect off either. And so I forgot why he didn't exceed. I'm trying to remember, guys. My little memory's a little fuzzy, but all I remember was my turn, and I couldn't do anything. I just sat, and I had a lot of back row too. He wasn't afraid to do anything. And so his turn, he was on turn. So we were both down to 6,600 life points, and then it was his turn. He goes, he draws. He goes, I can't cause any more life point damage. So we shook. We each took the tie. We took the tie, and so I'm 0 and 1 and 1 at this point. And I'm like, okay, I gotta win out, and I hope I can get tiebreakers. And so round 3, I play against this kid, and he was running a pretty good deck. No, excuse me, round 3 actually, no, that was round 4. Round 3, it was like I hate saying this, but it was basically a freebie win. It was a guy who, you know, was new to the game. He was playing like this ritual deck. It was an easy 2-0, guys. But afterwards, I helped him out a bit with his deck. You know, I suggested what decks he could play with. You know, he likes to have fun. You know, I recommended a few decks for him. You know, in case he was a budget player as well. So I just recommended a few decks. You know, I like doing that too here in Yu-Gi-Oh. I like to, you know, give pointers to people who are struggling and things like that. And so round 4 is I play against, you know, that Cyber Dragon deck, the one with, you know, with the Cyber Network and everything, and the Overload Fusion and the power. It was just scary. I lose game 1 and I'm like freaking scared. I'm like, oh crap. And so what I do is I side in my system downs. For those of you who don't know, you pay 1,000 life points, and all face-up machine type monsters on the field in the graveyard are removed from play. So I sided those in, but I never drew them, unfortunately. Game 2, I was able to just overwhelm them. I was just like summoning Hand and Volcanic Rocket and Blaster. Blaster just sealed the game for me. In Game 3, I thought I was screwed, guys. What he ends up doing, he goes. Plastic deck plays DNA Surgery, and you know how that deck has like freaking 20 Cyber Dragons in it? He can just go Contact Fuse into Chimeric Fortress Dragon, and he did that. I had a freaking, he brought out like some other stuff, and that deck just had so many combos, guys. At one time he had a field of Cyber Nova, I believe it was, Chimeric Fortress Dragon, the other Chimeric Over Dragon, and it was like crazy. It was just freaking crazy, guys. The only thing that saved me is that he couldn't attack anymore because he activated Cyber Network. And so, but I had a Dark Hole in my hand, and it was pretty much game. I just beat him down with I go Dark Hole. He have any cards left. I go Blaze, go Volcanic Rocket, and Blaster. Just beat him down with that. And guys, that was like one of the scariest matchups I've had this year. I mean, I didn't even know the Cyber Dragon deck could do all that. I gotta start paying more attention to all these other little decks. All right, and then round 5, it was against a Mermaid deck. Mermails, I can pretty much beat them. I mean, we can go like, you know, card for card, but when it gets down to card for card, and if they don't have title, I pretty much win. Like, they find the hands annoying to deal with. When I get Blaze Accelerator out, sometimes they think they're safe with the Bisgaios and whatnot, but not with this card. And so, yeah, I just 2-0'd that Mermail deck pretty handily. And so I'm 3 and 1 and 1. And then the top 8 goes, I make 8th place. Then I play a Bujin deck again, guys. Bujins, I 2-0'd it because Bujins have a really difficult time dealing with the hands. It's like they can't really do anything against them. It's like the hands just ruin their day, and you just get wiped their field. They go Kaiser Coliseum, Yamato go, and then you go summon Fire Hand or summon Ice Hand and Fire Hand, and just ruin their day. Just wipe their whole field out basically. And he couldn't really do anything against that, so I 2-0 him. And then in the top 4, I play against a Hieratic Rulers. And so game 1, he was able to beat me. He just went ham, just went spam, and you know, Soul Charge, and I couldn't do anything against that. And then so game 2, I sided in my DD Crows because DD Crows put in work against the Dragon Rulers. You know, they go. Let's say they go Blaster, they go remove 2, you know, activate Blaster effect, remove 2, you go DD Crow, and you just remove like 3 of their monsters, and they can't do anything, and they just cry. So DD Crow's put in work against that deck. But game 3, he went first, and he had the nuts. I couldn't do anything. You know, it's impossible to come back from, you know, the advantage that they can make and all the big ass monsters that I can make, and I didn't, you know, I was like, I just couldn't do anything. I was just fucked basically. And so yeah, I got top 4, got the 8 packs. And so yeah, that's basically it, guys. So I hope you like this, I guess, semi little deck profile and tournament report. I'm gonna go again this weekend, and I might end up taking this deck. I don't know, sometimes I get bored when I take the same deck over and over again. So I might be playing a different deck. I'll let you guys know if I do, and I'll give you the deck profile on that deck as well. Actually, I'll give you the deck profile on the deck in another video and see if I should take that or not. But in the meantime, I guess I'm just sticking with this deck, especially if I play against like Mermails and Boojins and stuff. I can just play almost not exactly auto win. I just have to, like, you know, go throughout the plays and everything. But when I'm playing against Mermails and Boojins, I'm pretty confident that I can beat them. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. As always, I'm Ronin Frog 87. I bid you farewell, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your day.